Do you know why most people stay broke, unhappy, and stuck in the same place year after year? It's not because they don't have opportunities, it's because they refuse to take full responsibility for their own life. Instead of working on themselves, they blame their circumstances. Instead of learning, they complain. Instead of taking action, they make excuses. And let me tell you, excuses sound best to the people who make them. But the truth is, nobody is going to come and fix your life for you. If you want more, you have to become more. If you want success, you have to grow into the kind of person who attracts success. If you want wealth, you have to develop the skills and mindset of the wealthy. Because the life you want will not come from wishing, it will come from... So get up and get serious about you. The greatest enemy of growth is comfort, and that's why most people never change. They are trapped in their comfort zone, waiting for life to magically improve. But here's the truth. If you don't push yourself beyond what feels easy, you will stay exactly where you are. Look around. How many people do you know who have been stuck in the same job, same routine, same struggles for years? It's not because they don't have the ability to grow, it's because they choose not to. They choose to stay comfortable instead of working on themselves. But let me tell you something, comfort is the slowest form of failure. And it doesn't hit you overnight, it creeps in little by little until one day you wake up and realize you wasted your best years playing it safe. Don't let that be you. Get up, challenge yourself, and push beyond what's comfortable. That's where growth is. That's where success is. And that's where you need to be. If you don't design your own life plan, someone else will. And here's the truth. What they have planned for you is not much. You see, most people are too busy designing their own lives to worry about designing yours. The company you work for, their plan is to get as much from you as they can while giving you just enough to keep you around. The government, their plan is to keep you in line, making just enough to pay your taxes. Your friends, they're focused on their own problems. Even your family, while they may love you, they can't live your life for you. That's on you. Success begins the day you realize that you are the only person responsible for your future. That's both a heavy burden and an incredible gift. Because if your future is in your hands, that means you have the power to change it. You have the power to get up and do something about it. And that starts today. It starts with the simple decision to take control. There was a time when I was struggling, hoping someone would come along and help me out of my situation. I kept waiting until one day I realized that no one was coming. I had to be the one to change my life. And so I got to work. I started reading, learning, applying new principles. And slowly but surely, my life changed. Not overnight, not in a month, but through consistent effort day after day. You must decide right now that you will not wait for someone else to fix your life. Because even if they do, you will always be dependent on them. You want financial success? Learn how money works, how to make it, how to keep it, how to multiply it. You want better health? Take responsibility for what you eat, how you exercise, how you take care of yourself. You want stronger relationships? Learn how to communicate, how to listen, how to give more than you take. Whatever you want in life, the answer is the same. It's on you. And here's what's remarkable. Once you take full responsibility, things start to change. You stop making excuses. You stop blaming the government, the economy, your boss, your parents, your past. You start looking for solutions instead of problems. You start working instead of waiting. And suddenly, opportunities appear where you never saw them before. There's an old saying, if it is to be, it is up to me. That's the mindset you must adopt. If you want to be wealthy, it's up to you. If you want to be happy, it's up to you. If you want a better future, it's up to you. So get up and save yourself. No one else is coming, but that's not bad news. That's the best news. Because the moment you take full control of your life is the moment you step into your power. And once you do that, nothing can stop you. We all have dreams. We all have goals. But the sad truth is that most people never reach them. They talk about what they want. They wish for a better future. They imagine success. But they never cross the bridge that leads there. And that bridge is called discipline. Without it, your goals will remain nothing more than empty words. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's waking up early to work on your dreams while the world is still asleep. It's putting in the extra hours, reading the extra books, practicing the extra skills. It's making sacrifices today so that you can enjoy rewards tomorrow. Most people don't fail because they lack intelligence or opportunity. They fail because they lack discipline. They let emotions dictate their actions. They work hard when they feel motivated, but quit the moment things get difficult. And that's why they stay stuck. I remember a time when I had no discipline. I wanted success, but I was lazy. I would start something with enthusiasm, but the moment it got hard, I would quit. Then one day I realized that success isn't about how much you want something. It's about how willing you are to work for it. I made a decision. No more excuses, no more laziness, no more waiting for motivation. From that day forward, I built discipline, and that changed everything. Discipline is the secret that separates the successful from the unsuccessful, the wealthy from the broke, the strong from the weak. Show me a man who has discipline, and I'll show you a man who will win, no matter where he starts. Because discipline doesn't care about where you were born, what education you have, or what circumstances you're in. It only cares about one thing: what you're willing to do every single day. Think of an athlete training for the Olympics. They don't wake up every morning and ask themselves if they feel like training. No, they train because they have a goal. They follow a strict routine. They eat the right foods. They push through exhaustion. They show up even on the days when everything in them says, take it easy. And that's why they succeed. Because success isn't a one-time event. It's a daily habit. The same is true for wealth. If you want financial success, you must have the discipline to save instead of spend, to invest instead of waste, to study instead of entertain. Most people look at the wealthy and think they just got lucky, but luck had nothing to do with it. They practiced discipline for years. They made smart choices when others were making foolish ones. And over time, those choices paid off. You don't get fit by eating healthy once. You get fit by doing it every day. You don't get strong by going to the gym when you feel like it. You get strong by showing up no matter what. And the same goes for relationships, knowledge, and every other area of life. The great philosopher Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Success is not about a single moment of inspiration. It's about consistent discipline. Day after day, year. So, if you have a goal, ask yourself, are you disciplined enough to reach it? Are you willing to do the hard things even when no one is watching? Are you willing to sacrifice comfort today for success tomorrow? If the answer is yes, then nothing can stop you. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. It will either push you forward or hold you back. It will either create a future of abundance or trap you in a cycle of failure. And the difference between the two, it all comes down to what you feed it. Most people don't realize that their mind is working against them. They wake up every day filling it with fear, doubt, and negativity. They watch the news, listen to complaints, and repeat phrases like, I can't, it's too hard, or I'm not lucky. And then they wonder why nothing changes. Your mind is like a garden. If you plant weeds, you get weeds. If you plant strong seeds, you get a strong harvest. Many years ago, I heard something that changed my life. Stand guard at the door of your mind. It hit me like a bolt of lightning because I realized I had let just anyone walk into my mind and dump their garbage there. I was surrounded by people who doubted, criticized, and complained. I was consuming information that made me feel small, weak, and powerless. No wonder I wasn't succeeding. No wonder I felt stuck. The moment I decided to take control, everything shifted. I stopped listening to the voices of failure. I started reading books that inspired me. I surrounded myself with people who challenged me to grow. And I made sure that every single day my mind was filled with ideas that built me up, not tore me down. Because here's the truth, your mind is always working. It's either working for you or against you. If you fill it with negativity, it will justify failure. It will find excuses. It will tell you why you can't, why it's impossible, why you should quit. But if you fill it with the right ideas of discipline, learning, persistence, and self-belief, it will become your greatest ally. Think about a great athlete. They don't just train their body, they train their mind. Because they know that if their mind is weak, their body will follow. The same goes for a successful entrepreneur. It's not just about skill. It's about mindset. They refuse to accept failure as an option. They refuse to let doubt take control. And let's talk about wealth. Some people have all the opportunity in the world, but their mind keeps them poor. They think small. They focus on what they lack. They convince themselves that success is only for other people. And as long as they think that way, they will stay where they are. But the wealthy, they think differently. They train their mind to seek opportunities. They believe they can learn. They expect success, and because they expect it, they take action to make it real. So what about you? What is your mind doing right now? Is it making excuses or making plans? Is it creating obstacles or solutions? Is it telling you why you can't or showing you how you can? You must stand guard at the door of your mind. You must decide what gets in and what stays out. You must feed it the right information. Books, mentors, lessons, experiences that make you stronger. If you don't take control, someone else will. The world is full of voices telling you to give up, stay small, play it safe. But you don't have to listen. You can choose to program your mind for success. You can choose to let it work for you instead of against you. Because once your mind is in the right place, nothing can stop you. Success doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't come from a single breakthrough, a stroke of luck, or one big decision. Success is built in the quiet, unseen moments of your daily life. It's shaped by what you do every single day. Your habits, your routines, they are the foundation of your future. Most people live their days on autopilot. They wake up, check their phone, scroll through distractions, react to the world instead of creating their own. They tell themselves they'll get serious about success someday, just not today. But here's the truth. If your habits don't change, your life won't change. You can hope, you can wish, you can dream, but without discipline, nothing moves. I learned this lesson early on when I was broke, frustrated, and looking for answers. My mentor asked me a simple question: what do you do every day? I started listing all my plans, my goals, my ambitions. He stopped me. No, he said, I didn't ask what you want to do. I asked what you do. And that hit me because when I really looked at my habits, they didn't match the future I wanted. I wanted success, but my habits were ordinary. I wanted wealth, but my routine was filled with wasted time. I wanted a better life, but I wasn't doing anything different. And I realized success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Take a look at the most successful people. Their habits are intentional. They wake up early, they plan their day. They read, they learn, they take care of their health. They focus on what moves them forward. They don't let distractions run their life. They know that what they do every day will shape what they have in the future. And the opposite is true as well. Failure is built the same way, through small, daily habits. Skipping one workout, ignoring one opportunity, procrastinating just one more day. It doesn't seem like much in the moment, but it adds up, and over time, those small habits lead to a life of regret. Imagine two people. One decides to read for 30 minutes a day, exercise for 20 minutes, and work on a new skill for an hour. The other decides to watch TV, check social media, and let the day control them instead of taking control. In a week, there's not much difference. But in a year, in 5 years, one will be unrecognizable. The other will be stuck exactly where they started. If you want to change your life, start by changing your days. Success is found in your routine. Fix your habits and you fix your future. So what are your habits? What are you doing today that's building the life you want? What are you doing today that's keeping you stuck? Be honest with yourself. If your routine is filled with distractions, it's time to reset. If your habits don't align with success, it's time to change them. Because here's the reality. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. And if you don't take control of your habits will take control of you. Most people believe they're paid for the time they put in. They think if they work longer hours, if they grind harder, if they just keep showing up, eventually they'll be rewarded. But that's not how the world works. You are not paid for your time. You are paid for the value you bring to the marketplace. I used to think working hard was enough. I thought if I just put in the hours, if I showed up every day, if I did what was expected, success would follow. But my bank account told a different story. I was broke. I was frustrated. I was working hard, but I wasn't getting ahead. Then I learned something that changed my life. To have more, you must become more. It wasn't about how many hours I worked. It was about how much value I created. The marketplace doesn't pay you for effort. It pays you for results. Look around and you'll see it everywhere. Two people can work the same job, put in the same hours, yet one earns 10 times more than the other. Why? Because one has developed skills that are more valuable. One has increased their knowledge, their expertise, their ability to solve problems. Think about a doctor and a cashier. Both work hard, both put in time. But one has spent years developing rare and valuable skills. That's why one earns significantly more. The marketplace rewards value, not just effort. So the real question is, how much value are you bringing? Are you growing, learning, developing yourself every day? Or are you just going through the motions, hoping things will get better on their own? I remember when I first heard this lesson, my mentor told me, if you want to change your income, don't wish for more money. Work on becoming more valuable. And that's exactly what I did. I stopped blaming the economy, my boss, my circumstances. Instead, I focused on improving myself. I started reading books, learning new skills, finding ways to solve bigger problems. And as I grew, so did my opportunities. It's a simple formula. Increase your value and the marketplace will reward you. Develop better communication skills and you'll earn more. Become a better problem solver and you'll be in higher demand. Learn how to lead, how to sell, how to manage, and suddenly doors will open. Most people never do this. They wait, they hope. They complain about their pay, their job, their boss, but they never ask, how can I become more valuable? They want more without becoming more. And that's why they stay stuck. If you want more out of life, make a commitment to growth. Read books that expand your mind. Study people who are successful. Learn skills that set you apart. Don't just work hard. Work smart. Improve your thinking, your knowledge, your ability to contribute, because once you do, the rewards will follow. The marketplace is fair in one way. It always pays you exactly what you're worth. If you want to earn more, don't beg for a raise. Raise your value. If you want better opportunities, don't wait for them. Create them by becoming the kind of person who attracts them. The world doesn't reward time, it rewards value. So if you're not where you want to be, don't ask for less problems, less challenges, or less work. Ask yourself, how can I become more? Because when you do, everything changes. Excuses are the great thieves of opportunity. They sneak in disguised as logic, dressed as reasonable explanations, but all they do is keep you stuck. People say, I don't have time. I'm not lucky. It's too hard. But these are not truths. These are lies we tell ourselves to justify inaction. If you really want to do something, you will find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. If there was a way to justify not taking action, I found it. I told myself I didn't have the right background, I didn't have enough resources, I wasn't naturally talented. But here's the truth. The people who succeed aren't the ones with the best circumstances. They're the ones who refuse to make excuses. I remember a time when I wanted to start a new business, but instead of taking action, I kept listing reasons why it wouldn't work. I don't have enough money. I don't know the right people. What if I fail? And guess what? Nothing happened. And one day my mentor looked me in the eye and said, you can have excuses or you can have success, but you can't have both. That hit me like a ton of bricks. I realized my future wasn't being stolen by a lack of opportunity. It was being stolen by my excuses. So I started to shift my thinking. Instead of saying, I don't have time, I asked, how can I earn more? Instead of saying, I don't know the right people, I asked, how can I connect with them? And here's what I discovered. When you eliminate excuses, you open the door to solutions. Think about it. Some people start with nothing and become successful. Others have every advantage and still fail. What's the difference? One group finds solutions, the other finds excuses. I once met a man who had every reason to fail. He grew up poor, he had no education, his environment was against him. But instead of making excuses, he made a decision. He was going to win. He worked harder, learned more, and built something incredible. Why? Because he refused to let excuses steal his future. On the other hand, I've met people who had every opportunity handed to them, yet they never achieved much. Why? Because they always had a reason why they couldn't do more. It's not the right time. The economy's bad. I'll do it later. Later never comes. Excuses are a comfortable trap. They let us stay where we are without feeling guilty. They make us believe our failures aren't our fault. But here's the truth. The only thing standing between you and success is the excuse you keep telling yourself. If you want change, start by eliminating excuses. Instead of saying, I can't, start asking, how can I? Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, take action now. Because the longer you wait, the further your dreams slip away. Your future depends on the choices you make today. So choose action over excuses. Choose growth over comfort. Choose to step up and take responsibility. Because once you do, nothing can stop you. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. And the moment you stop growing, your future begins to shrink. Your income, your success, your influence, they will never exceed your personal growth. Some people graduate from school and think their education is complete. But let me tell you something. The real education begins after school. Formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. You see, schools teach you how to read, how to write, how to follow instructions. But if you want to truly succeed, you need to take responsibility for your own learning. You need to read the books that teach you how to think, how to lead, how to build wealth, how to communicate, how to take control of your life. I remember when I was just getting started, I thought hard work alone was enough. So I worked hard, put in the hours, and expected success to follow. But I soon realized something important. The marketplace doesn't just pay for effort. It pays for value. And the only way to increase your value is to increase your knowledge. So I began to read. I studied business, finance, personal development. I listened to people who had succeeded before me. And the more I learned, the more my income grew. It wasn't magic. It was cause and effect. Now, let me ask you something. When was the last time you invested in your mind? When was the last time you picked up a book, listened to an educational program, or studied a new skill? Because here's the reality. If you're not growing, you're falling behind. I once knew a man who spent 20 years doing the same job. He never learned new skills, never adapted, and one day his company let him go. Suddenly, he realized he had no new skills to offer. He had stopped growing, and now the world had passed him by. On the other hand, I knew another man who never stopped learning. Even while working a full-time job, he studied finance, sales, communication. When an opportunity came, he was ready. And within a few years, he went from an average employee to an industry leader. The difference? One man invested in his growth, the other didn't. So let me give you a simple formula for success. Dedicate at least 30 minutes a day to learning. Read books, listen to audio programs, study successful people. Because the more you learn, the more you earn. And it's not just about money. Learning expands your thinking, improves your confidence, and opens doors you never even knew existed. If you commit to lifelong learning, you'll never have to worry about opportunity. It will come knocking at your door. So here's the challenge. From this day forward, commit to daily growth. Don't let a day go by without learning something new, because success is not something you achieve once, it's something you build every single day. If you want to change your life, start by changing your environment. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to the level of your surroundings. Look around at the people you spend the most time with, the conversations you engage in, the influences you allow into your mind. Are they pushing you forward or pulling you back? You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That means if you spend your days with complainers, guess what? You'll start complaining. If you surround yourself with people who make excuses, you'll start making excuses. But if you put yourself in an environment of winners, people who are disciplined, who have vision, who take action, then you will rise to their level. I remember when I was struggling, trying to figure out why success seemed so far away. Then I took a hard look at my environment. I was spending time with people who weren't going anywhere. They had no ambition, no discipline, no drive. And guess what? Their influence was rubbing off on me. So I made a decision. I changed my environment. I started spending time with people who were successful, who were learning, who were taking risks, who had a vision for their future. And something amazing happened. My mindset changed. My habits changed. My results changed. Here's a practical example. Imagine 2 people. One spends his evenings watching television, surrounded by people who complain about their jobs and blame the world for their problems. The other spends his evenings reading books on success, networking with ambitious individuals, and working on his goals. Now give them both 5 years. One will still be in the same place, frustrated, stuck, The other will have built something incredible. What was the difference? Their environment. Your surroundings act like gravity. They either pull you down or lift you up. That's why you must be intentional about who and what you allow into your life. Some people say, well, my environment is negative, but I'll stay stronger. Let me tell you something. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. You can only fight against it for so long before it starts shaping you. If you're around people who doubt, complain, and procrastinate, you'll absorb those habits, even if you don't mean to. But if you're around people who take action, who think big, who believe in possibilities, then you'll absorb their mindset too. Here's the challenge. Take an honest look at your environment. Are the people around you helping you grow, or are they keeping you small? If the answer is the latter, it's time to make a change. Find mentors who challenge you. Read books that inspire you. Listen to voices that push you forward. Distance yourself from negativity, not out of arrogance, but out of necessity, because your future depends on it. It's not easy to change your environment. Some relationships will have to shift, some habits will need to go, but the price of staying in the wrong environment is far greater than the discomfort of change. So if you want to save yourself, if you want to build a better life, start with your environment, because when you surround yourself with the right people, success becomes inevitable. If you want success, you must be willing to pay the price. There is no way around it. Too many people want the rewards without the sacrifice, the harvest without the planting. But life doesn't work that way. You have to give up something to gain something greater. Think about it. Every great achievement comes with a cost. The price may be waking up earlier, working longer, saying no to distractions, or stepping out of your comfort zone. The price may be giving up bad habits, changing your environment, or pushing through rejection and failure. But the question is, are you willing to pay it? For things to change, you have to change. That means you must identify what's holding you back. Maybe it's laziness, maybe it's fear, maybe it's the comfort of easy routines that keep you from growing. Whatever it is, if you don't sacrifice it, it will sacrifice your future.